You're listening to Headspin by Aslan's Place, bite-sized episodes where Dr. Paul L. Cox and Jeff Stow help you understand biblical concepts that may seem confusing but can be understood with a proper foundation.
So we've been talking about powers and shared a story about a gentleman who you discerned was surrounded by dead trees,
In the spirit.
in the spirit, and removed the dead trees, and he experienced remarkable healing. We hear these stories, and it seems like there's a formula you can come up with, and you plug in A plus B, and it's going to equal C. But sometimes that doesn't work. And so is it a failure of the person if they're following the process to the letter? Because it can be very discouraging for people. And if they're doing this, does Jesus come into that? How does this all work?
Well, I can say in my learning curve, when I came across this with powers, I thought, oh, here it is. Now we have the answer. The difficulty is then the Lord says, well, let me show you this. I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe that's the answer. And we were exposed to powers probably maybe 20, 25 years ago. And since then, there's been revelation after revelation after revelation after revelation after revelation, where the Lord keeps on showing us the complexity of who we are. Now, I have a theory, Jeff, that what the Lord does is He encourages us that we're on the right track. Now, I could have made a decision, Jeff, at that point 25 years ago. Now I have the answer. This is the formula. If you do this, if you pray this, then you're going to be healed. And the truth is, several people would be healed, but not everybody, because it's too complicated. I'm afraid, Jeff, that I prayed for many people that have come out of other ministries, and they were told, well, if you have this, it's because you believe that. If you have this, then you need to do that. And if you do that, then you will get better. So they say, okay, I'll stop believing that. I'll stop doing that, but I'm still not healed. And so what happens is they are so convinced these people are right, then they go into terrible guilt. And of course, the final answer is, well, you just don't have enough faith. If you had enough faith, then you'd be healed. I can remember my mom suffered from myasthenia gravis, and of course, we were in the Baptist world, and we believed that God could heal, but we really had not seen any evidence of it. But when people would pray for my mom, they would often say, well, you just don't have enough faith. Well, that was not the answer. And in fact, one day she walked out of the hospital totally healed. And I still don't know, what exactly happened there. But we have to be really, really cautious. We are extremely complex. The physical complexity is enough to be mind-numbing. But then when you add the soul complexity and the spirit complexity, then you have a mixture that is not easy to diagnose. But the more we learn, the more helpful we can be. And so powers, again, that's very old in terms of what we have been taught, but that can be a key. I have to share too, Jeff, that recently I heard, oh, I just discovered these beings that are in charge of electromagnetic fields, and that's the real answer. I'm thinking, oh, we knew that 20 years ago or 25 years ago. So all of us have to be cautious. We are still in a very, very steep learning curve.
Headspin is hosted by Jeff Stow and produced by Aslan's Place Ministry. For more information on Aslan's Place, visit aslansplace.com.